This is your sign to stop paying your credit cards.
Okay, what's your plan to pay off 25 grand?
That's a good question. I had no plans on paying it off, so.
I'm not gonna lie, shout out to the dealership, you know. You are not getting your car back, and I'm not paying the note.
Alright, so today we're going to be taking a look at some people who don't want to pay their debt back. And as we've seen many times on this channel, this does not end well. But we're going to be going over various forms of debt. We have student loans, credit cards, car loans, and even borrowing money from friends and family and all the issues that come along with that. We have a ton of stuff to go over today, along with comments from you guys from previous videos. So if you want to be featured on a future video, leave in the comments down below. But let's just jump right into it.
This is your sign to stop paying your credit cards. Okay? Now, this is not medical advice by any means, but it's important for you to know that my credit cards have not been paid in many, many, many months, and whose credit score is going up? Yeah, this girl. This girl! So it's all a scam. It's all numbers. Money is not real. It is just numbers on a freaking screen at this point. And same with the credit score. Numbers on a screen that go up and down. Like a teeter-totter. And sometimes when you're teeter-tottering in the way that you've been taught is best, okay, this is going to increase my score, boom, it goes down. So what I'm telling you today is it will literally pay off for you to have more freedom and stop caring so much about paying those credit card bills. Stop.
This sounds like some pretty sound financial advice. Before I say anything, we could head over to the comments. I stopped last year, saved $400 a month, and Discover sued me. Another person saying they will also sue you. The creator responds, I was sued, but literally nothing came of it. I got served and emailed a lawyer and still haven't paid a dime. So because of that, in her mind, I guess she's just absolved. Another reply, it doesn't just go away. It does eventually go to court and they will win. Freeze your bank accounts, hire someone to look into your assets to see what they could take. A judgment lasts for 10 years, but at the end of 10 years, they could extend it another 10. But regardless, she's currently being sued. I don't think the court case is going to take 10 years. But by her logic, because this entire situation is taking longer than expected, at least for her, that everything's just going to be okay. My credit score is going up still. Even though you obviously know the consequences if you're currently being served, and the legal system is notoriously slow. So yeah, maybe you haven't paid a dime yet, but you will eventually. Another clip right here up on screen. Yeah, I'm not paying off my credit card. Cash for everything here on out. In a world that's becoming cashless more and more every single day. A lot of places don't accept it at all anymore. Only credit cards or Apple Pay, things like that. And whether you think it's a good thing or not is a completely different argument, but something tells me going 100% cash only probably won't get rid of your credit card problems. We got a comment from you guys right here. My sister listened to her barroom lawyer friends and stopped paying her debts. Years later, the drunk lawyers are gone and the debt still bites her on the backside daily. That's basically exactly what's going to happen to you if you take the advice from these random TikTokers.
I'm not gonna lie, shout out to the dealership, you know. You are not getting your car back, and I'm not paying the note. It's over. I don't care. And I took the kill switch out this, so you're not shutting the car down either. You're gonna have to track me down and chase me. You're gonna have to call the police. Just call the cops. You're not getting this back. I'm not gonna lie to you, it's over. That deposit I gave you, down payment, that's it.
And as you could see by the entire car repossession series on this channel, this guy has another thing coming. Maybe he did rip out the kill switch, but I can guarantee there are several different GPSs all throughout the car, and the repo business is booming right now, so maybe you don't want to pay off the car, but you're definitely not going to keep it.
Vehicle repossessions are back to levels not seen since the Great Recession, and according to a new report from Car Scoops, the numbers are pretty bad. Americans currently owe roughly $1.7 trillion in auto loan debt. The average new car price topped $50,000 last year. Monthly payments have jumped by around $300 since 2019, and 1 in 5 new car buyers is paying over $1,000 a month, with repossession rates now climbing back to levels last seen during the 2008 financial crisis. Now, some of this, like it or not, is on the buyers. Many people are buying more car than they can afford.
And of course, some of that is due to the ever-rising cost of these vehicles, but keeping up with the Joneses is a huge issue right now. Everybody wants to drive around in a Yukon or an Escalade that's over $100,000 now, and many people can't afford it in the long run or just refuse to pay the car note and end up getting their car repoed.
I'm not paying my federal income tax this year.
This is the most insane video. I had to pull over and make a TikTok about it. I mean, I watched the video before I left the house, but I was so annoyed that I pulled over. This woman, she claims she's a lawyer, and she says she's not going to pay her taxes this year because she's unhappy with what the government is doing with taxpayer dollars. First of all, if that was the standard, then everyone would be unhappy every year with what the government was doing with their money and nobody would pay taxes. But she also says she already reported all her income, which means it's all going to be assessed. The IRS is immediately going to assess late payment penalties, and then they're going to put a lien on her house. They can levy against her. I mean, there's no end run around having to pay this money, plus now increased penalties and interest. The craziest thing, though, is if she really doesn't like what the government is doing, she can take her own money and donate it to charity. Because every dollar she donates is one less dollar that the government can tax. But she doesn't really want to put money where her mouth is. She just wants to virtue signal on TikTok, and that's what people do these days.
And when it comes to the IRS, you cannot mess around. Of course, nobody wants to pay taxes. Who enjoys taking their money and basically lighting it on fire? Because that's basically what the government does. Nothing gets improved. But going and making a video on TikTok saying you're not going to pay probably wasn't the smartest idea. Like she said in the video, it's going to be extremely easy to see how much she made, and she's going to start racking up late penalties left and right. Going over to the comment section from the original video, there were a lot of comments of people writing entire paragraphs. Rachel, I love your content. This might not be prudent. The IRS is heavily computerized. They know that you owe and how much and when you're late, and there's penalties and interest and bills keep growing. I missed a year once and it became a years-long, arduous, scary experience. Another person saying retired IRS. Your income docs, a 1099 in your case, gets reported to the IRS when you file. It'll take about 2 years, but you'll get a CP 2000 notice and recalculations of your tax liability. Now, he goes very in depth with things that I don't know, but I don't think I have to tell you this probably wasn't the best move. We got another comment from you guys here. I find it difficult to feel sorry for people who live above their means and then complain about it on the internet. And I think a perfect example of that is this next clip.
And from buy now, pay later. See, this is what happens when you think that you're smarter than the system. I'm not knocking anybody's hustle that has to use Klarna, Afterpay, Affirm all at one time. When you're trying to make a purchase and it's saying we're not able to assist you, your order didn't go through, you're trying to figure out what's going on, and you're thinking that it's your card, but no, baby, they unflagged you. It's saying that your account was suspended. Afterpay is saying that your account is restricted. Affirm is saying that your account is permanently closed due to suspicious activity. All of the orders that you had attempted within the last 2 days have been canceled, and all your forms of payment have been blocked. You're thinking it's a mistake. You're trying to figure out what's going on. Buy now, pay laters are all saying there are payments that are due immediately. You've missed payments. The late fees are stacked on top of each other, and they're 60 days away from sending it to collection. Have me on a three-way phone conversation, and they are asking the representatives, okay, are you able to let me know how much it is? What is the late fees? Across all of the platforms, the buy now, pay laters, you owe $9,000. After our conversation, if you're trying to figure out what's going on, that your transaction is not going through, you call back and say that you are reporting fraud for these transactions that have to do with Klarna, Afterpay, and Affirm from all of the last 6 months. You think that you're going to get over $15,000 back?
Okay, so originally you were surprised that you got banned from all of these different companies because you had $9,000 in late payments. If that's not living above your means, I don't know what is. But then to add on top of it, when you realized you were stuck, you decided to call back and say all of those transactions were fraud. It was somebody else. You really think that's going to work and get almost 15 grand back? I don't think so. But heading over to the comment section, as someone that works in banking customer service, FlexPay is an absolute nightmare to deal with. Too many people do it but don't understand the basic loan plus fees and interest blows my mind. I'm pretty sure the person they're talking about in that clip knew exactly how it worked. They just didn't want to pay anything back. We got another comment here. TikTok has ruined an entire generation by making people think that regular people living Kardashian lifestyles is normal. And I think the perfect example of that is what's on screen right now. Me doing everything but giving Capital One their minimum payment while she's out partying at some nightclub. This is me, and I'm sorry, I just feel like you shouldn't give people money who you don't know. I really don't think that's gonna hold up in court too well. These comments are insane. Girl, they'll sue you, they could take you to court, which again, we got an entire series on the channel talking about that, but we could transition into people borrowing money from friends and family.
Hey, I want to talk to you about this debt that your daughter owes you of $35,000.
Yeah. When can I get paid?
That's a great question. And here's the thing, this actually kind of does upset me. I love that you gave it. That's okay. That's fine. I have nothing wrong with that. And I'm okay that you paused her needing to pay while she's getting on her feet in Texas. But the reality is, I went through her spending last month, and it was $1,500 minimum on complete going and getting drinks, going and spending money on just like extra makeup and all this, jewelry or whatever the heck she wants to do. She's spending $1,500 a month on going to the rodeo and all this stuff, spending so much money. Benihana, instead of giving any money to you, she could literally just give $1,000 a month, literally just $1,000 or $100 a month to you. But she's choosing not to, and she's choosing to spend it all on. What's your thoughts on this? Like that feels like a betrayal to me, honestly.
Yeah. That's talk about being taken advantage of, right?
Yes, for real.
Why are they laughing? The giggles would send me over the edge. Laughing. She didn't care that she owed her dad $35,000. This is on a whole different level than owing the bank money from the credit cards or the car payments. You are now ruining your relationship with your family because of this. And the same could be said with not paying your friends back as well.
Something that has really been grinding my gears recently is friends that don't pay you back. And like, I don't ever get on here and just like talk into my phone, but this is something I really have to get off my chest. And it's just like always the same friends that don't have like social awareness or self-awareness or respect for you in general that just never pay you back. And it's just like, I have friends that I, go out to dinner with and like, I know that, okay, last time they bought, so this time I'm going to buy. And that's like a very mutual understanding, with some of my friends. But it's just like others just like don't give a shit. And it's just like, we are living in the same economy. Everyone knows how expensive shit is. And everyone's seen that bill. And you're just not going to pay your friends back?
Someone still owes me like $320, not friends with them anymore. Pay your friends back, agreed, yup. Someone owes me $1,000 from a trip and is ignoring me because I'm asking for when I'm getting it back. Someone owes me $500, and the thing is, she would always text or call me to hang out every day, and recently she stopped and even avoids looking at my story, even though she just posted she was at the beach. I paid $400 for Zach Bryan tickets each, and she knows and didn't offer to pay it back. I told her the price and she says, oh well, I'm grateful. There are a ton of comments like that, examples all over the internet.
I'm going to make this message very short and sweet. The people who take forever to pay you back, if at all, know exactly what they're doing. And honestly, I guess the bigger question, the way you have to start asking ourselves is, why do we tolerate such behavior, especially from close friends who know that when you cover the bill for them, they have no intention of actually paying you back unless you harass them. It's like, we have to go ask them countless times, you got my money? Like, why you got me sounding like that? Why you got me sounding, you got my money? Where my money at? What? I don't want to sound like that. I don't want to sound like that. I can't stand owing people money personally. I can't stand it. Like, if I say I got you, I'm going to pay you later, baby, I meant later that night. If you pay for me at 12 p.m., you're going to have payment before 12 midnight. Just know that. Just know, like... it'll be sent before 12 midnight. Hell, even if we go out to lunch and like I forgot my card or whatever and you use your card, I will send you that Apple Pay before the waiter comes and takes your card and swipe it. You will have the payment before your card is swiped. That's just me.
But I guess that's not everyone. We got an insane one up on screen right now. This is why I never lend anyone money. This is my cousin who owes me money but shows up to my house with a new digital window. I didn't even know this was a thing. I also don't know why you would ever get it, but let's just transition over to some student loan clips.
How much debt do you have?
Right now I'm down probably $20,000 to $25,000 for school. I take out about $5,000 a year.
Okay, what's your plan to pay off 25 grand?
That's a good question. I had no plans on paying it off, so.
What do you mean you have no plans to pay it? You're gonna just die with it?
Yeah, but not with that shit, bro.
How old are you?
I'm 22, bro, so I might be 77 with that shit still.
You know you can't bankrupt on student loans.
Yeah, you can't, bro.
So, like, they're gonna come after you. They're gonna garnish your wages. You know what that means? They're taking your paycheck.
They take them up. Oh, true.
You can't get away from these people. You know what I mean? It's like the mafia, dude.
And again, I know that this is a huge argument online. We talked about it a few times. People are getting themselves into massive amounts of student debt with degrees that are worth less and less for various reasons. But you can't even declare bankruptcy on these types of loans. They will be with you for the rest of your life. Just ignoring it and saying you're not going to pay won't work out. We got another comment here. A girl at work recently admitted to not paying her debt for many months. She received multiple judgments against her and lost her newer car, downgraded to a basement apartment, and now eats minimally. She's miserable and angry. Creditors will collect. But still, there are a ton of clips like what's on screen right now. I'm not paying back my student loans. They need to learn a financial lesson. Who loans out $95,000 to a 17-year-old with no job? I'm not paying back my student loans. They need to learn financial responsibility. Who lends $20,000 to an 18-year-old with no job, parents, or common sense? And then going over to the comments, I'm a forever student. I'm going to become a doctor, lawyer, pharmacist, and professional basket weaver before they get my coins. I don't know, something tells me that's not going to happen.
As many Americans have student debt, what if we just continue to go to school, right? What if we just continue to go to school and never paid it back? Like, what if I just continue to get degrees? Like, what if I go get a degree in aerology? What if I go get a degree in foodology? Like, because then I won't have to pay the loans back, right? And then I have all these degrees.
You would cap out on FAFSA and have to pay like the people who don't qualify for it. There's a lifetime cap on how many grants and loans the government will give you, and in this high cost of living climate, people are working more than 40 hours a week just to pay the bills, and you're also going to go to some sort of college, university, or community college at the same time? I highly doubt it. I've already told you guys many times before, I knew I had to pay back my student loans, and I didn't even get a degree. I just lit the money on fire. But like I just said, it's something that will be around forever until it's paid off.
All-inclusive resort in Montego Bay. She paid $6,800. She paid her deposit a couple of days before she went, and then she went ahead and paid the remaining balance once she arrived at the property. This $6,000 covered her luxury ocean view resort, her all-day dining, as well as some credits that she had and excursions that she had planned through the resort. They scanned her passport for identification, as well as photocopied her driver's license, the signature. If you don't know what wet signature is, that means you're putting the pen to the paper. It's not electronic. Amber had her 7-day stay in Jamaica. 2 weeks after coming back to the U.S., she calls and saying that her card was compromised and all of these transactions for Jamaica are fraudulent. She says that she's never been to Jamaica before. It's on her bucket list to go. We did go ahead and send a text message asking if she was authorizing these transactions. She did text back yes. Says someone must have taken my card information because I still have it in my possession. Reached out to the resort, letting them know that fraud had been reported. The resort provides us with timestamp security footage of when she checked in, when she was walking the property and using her key card. The resort provided us with her scanned passport with her picture matching the reservation name. Also the check-in documents where she signed, where the signature matches her debit card signature and her ID, and her waivers that were signed for the excursions that she went on.
Trying to commit this type of fraud in 2026 is amazing to me. You are tracked virtually everywhere you go, no matter what. There is some sort of CCTV camera watching you. You could add in the flock cameras now. I really don't know how people could think they could just call their credit card, say it was fraud, and then get an entire Jamaica trip for free. Oh man.
Charge it to the card. You've heard that before. But with inflation and rising costs, a new trend is calling attention to it. Credit card delinquencies are reported to be at their highest level in 15 years. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, balances that are at least 90 days past due rose to 13.12% in just the first quarter of this year. That's up from around 12% at the end of the first quarter last year. So how much debt are we talking? Well, credit card balances went from 1.18 trillion to 1.25 trillion.
And I don't see any signs of this stopping. Now I know that there are many people out there using their credit cards just to survive, but there are still quite a bit out there treating it like it's free money and have no intention of paying it back.
You don't even know what this does? Like, where your money comes from on this? What do you spend? Like, what are you trying? What do we want to get out of this conversation?
So usually I take an approach of just stockpiling cash. I really don't want to pay back my debts.
Stockpiling is, you can't pay this off. I know what your savings are like. You can't pay this off. Stockpiling cash, you brought in $6,799 last month. You spent $8,562 stockpiling cash. You spent.
The mental gymnastics some people do are honestly astonishing. So now you'll be paying interest on the entire $8,500 that he spent because he's just stockpiling the $6,200 that came in cash. Doesn't seem like the best decision to me.
Okay, y'all, I got a question. So, like, I owe Crunch Fitness money, $179 to be exact. They done sent my to the debt collectors because I didn't pay it off. Now, don't get me wrong, I do have the money paid off. But do I want to pay it off? No. Do I want to see $179 coming out of my account? No. I owe them money, yes. So I have a question. Because they sent me to Aldis and Associates. Would that affect my credit? Because right now, my credit is pretty good. And I don't want it to drop below 700. Okay. So to the people out there who owe Crunch money and they done sent you to the debt collectors, is it on your credits? Tell me now, because if it's not on your credit and they're not going to charge your credit, I'm not going to pay them. It's just that simple.
So you're going to do all of this over $179. Obviously, this stuff can affect your credit, and some people say as soon as they sell your debt to a debt collector, you just don't have to pay it anymore, you could completely ignore them, and that's really not the case. Even for as little as $170, we've seen examples of people being taken to court for this kind of money. Not an ordeal that I'd want to go through whatsoever.
So in 2020, I filed for bankruptcy because I had
No.
$100,000 in debt.
$100,000? What was the debt?
Credit cards mostly.
Why would we have credit cards today then if without changing your behavior and you had to go through bankruptcy?
It is a lot less debt now.
No, because you went through bankruptcy. But why are we back in debt?
I just really like payment plans.
Go ahead. Tell me, why do we like payment plans? What is your logic behind there?
The idea is I can get what I want right now and pay for it later.
You only did the first part and you're only doing the first part. So you don't even do the thing you like. Wow, okay, so like literally the basic definition, you just told me what a payment plan is.
Yeah, and that's why I like it.
But you didn't pay for it later. You declared bankruptcy.
That was then.
You're headed there again. What the f are you talking about?
Another great example of somebody just hitting the reset button when it comes to bankruptcy. Didn't change their financial behavior at all, already in a whole bunch of debt, and on the financial audit is never a good sign, so it really wouldn't surprise me that they would be in the debt cycle for the rest of their life. But that's all I got for you guys today. Let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. YouTube thinks you'll like this video popping up on screen right now, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and I'll talk to you guys later.